So, good evening, folks. What's going to be bigger, the Yankees trade deadline or the players that are going to be coming back to the team that have been hurt? I think that seems to be the question right now, right? That at least I have for folks. And again, there's a lot of talks about trades the Yankees should make and so on and so forth. I personally can't really think of a trade the Yankees would need to make that's going to be needle moving, significant, or bigger than that will be what's going to be coming back here. I mean, we know now that the Marlins are likely going to trade Jazz Chisholm, and we heard today that the White Sox are expected to trade Chris Flexen, Michael Kopech, Mike Clevenger, Eric Fetty, Eloy Jimenez, and Tommy Pham. I don't see Garrett Crochet on that, so I'm curious. We know that the Marlins might unload a couple more players. They've already moved on from Luis Arias. Jazz Chisholm is one of them. Might move a reliever soon. So, and there's other teams. I mean, watch out for the Blue Jays. Watch out for the Diamondbacks. Watch out for some of the Oakland A's. So, like, teams have players that are probably pretty good, or they are pretty good, that are likely going to become available. But let's move. Let's go over this. Like, which one of these pitchers is going to be a bigger move than Garrett Cole? Nobody, right? Um, you know, the Yankees maybe can get a bench piece, maybe, or an extra arm in a bullpen. But in terms of let's go who they have coming back. You've got Tommy Kahnle, Scotty Frost, and Lou Trevino. Three guys coming back to the bullpen. That means the Yankees are going to have to make three roster moves in the bullpen. Who are we willing to give up or DFA or option out to get these guys back? Right? That's my curious question because I don't know who I'd be willing to move on from at this point to bring those guys back. So this is a good problem that the Yankees have. They have enough depth now to make it harder for these moves to happen. And again, sticking on the same team thing here, if once Garrett Cole comes back, what's going to happen with the rotation? Is Nestor Cortez going to get moved now? He's pitching better now. Is Luis Hill going to get moved? He's pitching better too. What's going to happen? I don't see Clark Schmidt going to long relief for the bullpen. So when Jason Dominguez comes back, what are they going to do? They're not going to trade Alex Verdugo. Well, let's get real. That's not going to happen. So what are they going to do? They also have Trent Grisham here, who's an elite defender in their fourth outfielder, who's also in a control contract for 2025. There is no room for Jason Dominguez right now. None. So if I'm them, I'm babying Jason Dominguez. I'm handling him with care, making sure he comes back. And if an injury happens to happen, then it creates an opening for Dominguez, but preferably a DH spot. If Giancarlo Stanton happens to get hurt, and I hope he doesn't, then that's Jason Dominguez's opening there. Once he comes back, they can ease him back and make sure that he's healthy, just like the Phillies did with Bryce Harper when he came back from Tommy John. They DH'd him for the rest of the season until he took over as a position player the following year, which is this year. So, what are they going to do? Right? And this is a really, really interesting question. This is going to be, we'll talk about this a lot more. So, if you're a fan, especially if you're a Yankees fan, you like to talk, have discussions about Yankees with our community and a lot of other folks, and you're not sub to this channel, make sure that you're sub to the channel. Okay? But we don't miss this stuff. That way, when I go live, okay, we have a lot of people talking, a lot of people chiming in. We have great discussions when we go live. And when I put out new content, new videos like this, you'll know exactly when that happens. And you'll always be at the front of the line. Whether it be this type of stuff, whether it be breaking news, anything like that, you will not miss it. Okay, I thank you so much for it. Okay, we are knocking on the door of 21,000 subs, so your support means the world, and it's greatly appreciated. But again, let's go. The players that are coming back: Garrett Cole, DJ Lemahieu. What roster move are they going to make for DJ? I don't know. And then you got who else? Get Jason Dominguez. And you've got Trevino. You've got Efros. You've got Kahnle. That's six guys scheduled to come back already. Six guys scheduled to come back in the team. I can't think of six guys on the roster now that I would move to make room for all these guys. Obviously, you're going to make some roster move for Garrett Cole. There's no question in the world about that. But the relievers, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Kahnle's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. So is Trevino. Efros has more years of control. So he's a guy that I would, make a little bit of wiggle room for. But, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna move Dennis Santana, who's pitching really well. Ian Hamilton, probably not. Right, Caleb Ferguson, I'm not moving him either. He's pitching a heck of a lot better now that he's coming into his own. Victor Gonzalez, I'm not moving him either. So, who would we move for Scotty Frost? Is the question, and I want to know what your thoughts are. Right, and even other guys like Oscar Gonzalez, he's back from his orbital fracture. He's killing the ball in AAA, killing the ball. So he's Jason Dominguez is behind him too right now. So, when Jason Dominguez comes back, he's not going to be guaranteed a spot. He's not going to be coming in here and they're going to move on from somebody. He's got to work his way back. And if I'm them, I'm starting him low A or single A or double A, wherever, most likely double A, and making sure he can hit, making sure he can stay healthy, and then moving him up to triple A and so on and so forth. I'm not just giving him the major league spot and getting rid of somebody. There's no way in the world. So, but this is where, I want to know what your thoughts are. Some people agree with me, some people disagree with me. I think it's when it comes to Dominguez, I think it's a foolish move to just rush him back, especially since he's such a highly touted prospect, and they invested a lot in him. Okay, and it's money and years. So I think it's important for them to handle him with care. I really do, and I want him to be healthy because if he does come back, I want him to be productive and healthy as well. But unfortunately, an injury has to happen to create a path for Jason Dominguez. But again, what trade from one of these teams that might be available would be a bigger move than Jason Dominguez? Can't think of any. I can't. Right? What trade would be a bigger move than Garrett Cole or Scotty Frost? Andres Munoz and Mariners, as far as we know, is not available. Garrett Crochet's not available. We don't know if AJ Puck or Andrew Nardi from the Marlins are. We don't know. And again, if they brought in one of these relievers, who would they move on from? Okay. And again, the Yankees are not firing on all cylinders. They're less than full strength. So, I don't really buy the argument that they're flawed. All the teams are flawed in their own way. Okay. So, I just don't buy that. So, but again, like I said, they're not a full strength. There's other teams that are not a full strength. A lot of teams have lost pitchers for Tommy John and so on and so forth. And it's a really unfortunate situation for teams. And other teams, and what other teams are going to become sellers at the deadline? Like last year, did we expect the Mets to become sellers? No, but they became sellers. So, I could see the White Sox, they're the obvious candidate. Maybe the Marlins to a degree, right? But after that, Oakland A's, I don't know. Now they're murdering teams with with baseball. So all of a sudden they're playing extremely well. And they're almost at 500. So are they going to sell? We have no idea. So, and then you have other teams like the Diamondbacks who are not playing well. Will they sell? It looks like the Padres are looking to add, so I don't think they're going to sell. So they just added Luis Arias. So, which a good move for them. But at this point, going back to the topic, what would be the bigger move for the Yankees in your view? Players coming back from IL or the trade deadline? Any moves that they can make at the trade deadline? Let's get into that. Give me your feedback. Your opinions are important. So let's go. Go Yankees.